Please welcome the President and CEO, Jim Hackett, with Executive Vice President, Jim Farley.
You know, it's great to see the Ford team here. Isn't this what you would call a home field advantage? Fantastic. Thanks to the Ford family. And to be able to stand in front of you and talk about the all-new Ford Explorer, can't be any better than that. If there's a heart and soul of Ford Motor Company, it's this vehicle. Don't you think so, Jim?
You betcha. Totally agree. Feels like home. You know, it really is. This, in so many ways, this Explorer is the pace car for a whole new utility lineup. It has a great heritage, no doubt. But more importantly, this vehicle is a beacon for our future and our business.
It sure is.
For a year, we've been talking about our big bet on utilities. And the new Expedition that's just out, fantastic start. Now we're going to be rolling out our highest volume utilities. And it starts with this vehicle, the Explorer.
That's a big advantage, the best one.
What a great place to start.
Yeah.
And we have great performance, as you'll hear about, incredible capability. We have an electrified model like we will on all of our utilities now.
Yeah.
All right. And, you know, all of them are going to live up with towing, great off-road promise that this Explorer explains. And with more range on a single tank of fuel than ever before. And inside, there are thousands of thoughtful touches. A second row seat that a child can activate and move forward with one hand. Cup holders that double as juice box holders. It's an SUV for families that is so smart in a way that we couldn't even imagine years ago. Think about using Alexa, speaking to Alexa to unlock your car, start the ignition. You can even read, the vehicle can even read speed limiting signs and actually react to them, save you a ticket.
Now, we never speed, you and I. Make sure the crowd knows
just
that.
in case.
Just in case.
It has rolling Wi-Fi hotspot for 10 people. Think about that. It really is a smart vehicle in a smart world.
And I love the way you say that because, you know, in a modern context, the Explorer connects us backwards to what Henry Ford was doing with the Model T. The idea back then of opening the highways to all mankind. A promise then that we delivered on when the Model T and the moving assembly line put the world on wheels. We introduced the Explorer nearly 30 years ago. I hate to tell you, this was Kathy Hackett's first love, was the Eddie Bauer edition back then.
What color?
It was, well, what would you think? It was blue. It was blue. And it was such a beautiful car. And now this is another watershed moment. It inspired people to expand their lives and get off the beaten path, as you heard in our album that we just toured. Helps to give people the freedom of movement that remains a North Star for humanity. Now, with the power of artificial intelligence and connected vehicles, well, we have mobility technology that just, well, it's not just incrementally improving the old system, it's going to completely disrupt it. You know, our vision, as you said, is to build smart cars for a smart world. So we're working with cities and others on a design of really a better transportation system. And we're doing it by focusing on that human experience, just like Henry Ford did when he first set out to build a car for the masses. Well, today, I'm really excited to see how human-centered thinking is becoming ingrained in the Ford culture. We'll always begin with that center of following what the human wants, just like the team that I'm so proud of that's sitting up there that developed this new Explorer. Today's SUV buyers, you know, they still want a vehicle that can take them on family adventures and bring them closer together, but But we know as they get in the vehicle, they also want technology that enables them in their active lives without distracting them or getting in the way. When they get behind the wheel, they expect the vehicle to be as intelligent and as intuitive, of course, as their smartphone. Explorer can not only read speed limits, Jim, but it can also talk to the cloud. It senses the traffic around you. And with a smarter cruise control system that comes in handy in stop-and-go traffic. I tried this in LA. It was amazing how much stress just fell off your shoulders. And with the modem connection, we can continue to make Explorer smarter and smarter. It's just going to get better. Again, I'm so incredibly proud, Jim, of the team that works for you on this Explorer project.
I am too, Jim. The Explorer team is unique in that they've been together for a decade. Think about that. They've lived and breathed this vehicle. They've gained a deep understanding for the customers, a respect for them. They've obsessed about all the small details from the customer's perspective. They went way beyond what we normally do as an industry with focus groups or traditional research.
That's really changing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what an opportunity. It really shows their commitment. They went online. They connected with SUV buyers on social media. They talked to people at gas stations, in parking lots, on the sidelines of the kids' games. We asked them to let us into their homes, the customers, so we could see how they actually lived, and most of all, how they actually used the vehicle. Early in the development, this was such a cool story. We actually, during Bring Your Child to Work Day at Ford, we introduced an early prototype for some of these families behind closed doors.
We threw some Cheerios on the floor just to make it look
Had
real.
to vacuum up afterwards.
Yeah, right.
But we learned a lot. And you know, this is Ford at its best. You see it with F-150, with Mustang, and it's true of Explorer. We're obsessed about giving our customers what they want, but even cooler, what they don't even know they need. What they want most in an SUV like this is a vehicle that really represents their spirit and their attitude. You saw it in those films. They want styling that is, it's the most important purchase reason for an SUV.
Wow.
And they have to fall in love with the vehicle. The next big reason to buy for customers for the SUV is capability, as Jim said, even for people who never go off-road.
Yeah.
Now, changing the Explorer to a rear-wheel drive was a really big deal. It allows our designers to deliver those beautiful proportions, give that athletic stance for Explorer, and helped our engineers to do so much more. The best towing capacity we've ever had, off-road ability that you'll hear about. On top of all that, it gave the customer more room, more cargo room, and it makes Explorer even more versatile and comfortable.
So exciting. You know, your knowledge of the car business gets me so charged about this product. And when we pair what we've always known about vehicles with human-centered design, it means that every detail matters. Nothing is really taken for granted. Let me give you a small example that illustrates this. Again, I have 3 granddaughters, and I know what it's like when they get in the back of a vehicle and they're fighting over tablets. You know, who's going to watch what? There's no easy way for them to watch it all together, too, because of the way they're buckled up for safety. And of course, the parents, my daughter-in-law is trying to drive while the arguments are going on in that back seat, she's going to back me up. So we added, Jim, a small ledge in the back of the second row console that holds an iPad in place for third row viewing. I know it's just a nuanced thing, but imagine how my daughter-in-law feels when that argument's gone and the kids are so happy. It doesn't add any cost per se, but my goodness, does it add value.
Wow. And value is a big part of this story for Explorer. We want to give customers a much better SUV than a Land Rover, but we don't want to charge those kind of prices. A Ford needs to be a smart financial choice. For the new Explorer, the base price only went up a few $100s.
That's great news.
And you know, that's a big deal in our industry when prices have been going up. And you know what you get standard? Co-Pilot360. It's a whole suite of driver assist technologies. A beautiful new 8-inch screen, standard on every model. It's got power liftgate, one of the most important features the customers told us about. LED lighting, front and rear. I mean, there is so much more for just a few $100s. Today's Explorer is already the best-selling vehicle in its segment. Jim, just imagine when customers get to use this product.
We're going to get a lot of calls. People want to get moved up in priority here, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. There's going to be no argument that this team's done a great job. The all-new Explorer offers all the capability, comfort, and roominess that made it America's favorite SUV and inspired millions of those family adventures. And now we're adding this smart, intuitive technology that's going to make it easier, and of course it's going to be more fun than ever to get out and explore our America without leaving our modern conveniences behind us.